Hi guys, my name is John Langs from Cybertricks Tutorials and I make websites. I'm HTML certified by ZB Institute of Technology and SoloLearn. So today I'm here to teach you about editors. You don't have to worry about this tutorial being a long video taking much of your time because it's going to be very brief. So all you have to do is pay attention. If you want to learn how to make a website, this tutorial is for you. I'm going to teach you how to use editors, Notepad or Sublime Text. So let's get to it. Well, the first thing you have to do is right click on an empty space in your desktop, go to new, create a new folder, name it whatever you want. I'm going to name it my web. Let's say my web. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Just create another one. New my okay website. Site. Right. Now what you're going to do next is this. You just right click on an empty space, new new text document. So new text document, give it whatever name you want. Let's say maybe first. This is the first page. Let's say first page dot html. When you're opening a document, HTML document, you save it as .html so that the document will be able to identify what you're doing as HTML. So what you're going to do is press the enter key twice to open the notepad. Then what you're going to do is write your framework. See, that's done. Dot type. Good. So now we have our framework. Now the framework is to give this is the structure of what you're doing. The structure that contains your work, the body which contains the major content of the document, and the head which contains the description and the title. So for the title, I'm going to explain the title. For now, let's just save it. Let's go to file, save as. You can pause this if you want so that you can follow me in your PC or whatever you want to do. You go to save as text document, you put this as all files. Then we have to change the name because it's not going to be saved with the same name as the first page. So maybe let's say index. Our first page has to be index.html, which is also home, or the first page of the website. The first page of a website is, as you all know, is home, or can be addressed as index. So what we do now is save, and as we have saved, you can see that there's a Chrome there's a Chrome icon here that is being popped up now. What we saved as index is the Chrome template that's just open now. So what we're going to do is open it. Now you can see that it's empty. You can see that it's very much empty. Now whatever I'm doing here, you're going to see it here. Now I'm going to show you how this works. You can see that we're having index.html here as our title. Now I'm going to change that by inserting a text in between the opening tag of this title and the closing tag of the title. Let's see. Now press Ctrl S, come here, Ctrl R. You can see that home has appeared. When you are coding, whatever you do, any changes you make to your code, you save it, Ctrl S, then you come here and Ctrl R or refresh to show you the changes you made. Every tag here has a closing tag, just like as you see head here, it's also having a closing tag here. The title is part of the head because it's also like a description or heading of the web page. You can see body to have an opening tag and a closing tag. The difference between the opening tag and the closing tag is a slash at the beginning of the tag. You can see that at the beginning of body here there's a slash which marks that that's the closing tag, and the opening tag has no slash. HTML2 does the same, has no slash at the beginning, but the closing tag has a slash. Now HTML is the document you are opening. When you open HTML, it must end with a closing tag HTML. Document type HTML. Well, the doc type here we're writing, what we are doing here is HTML5. That's why we have this doc type HTML. Doesn't matter how you write this doc type. You can write in small letters, caps if you want. But anyhow you write it is okay. Whether in capital letters or small letters, it's still okay. Now we'll just go into body, which our major content is going to be. Where our major content is going to be, we're adding h1. Let's say close that tag h1 also. Let's say hello world. Save that now. Ctrl S. Come here and Ctrl R. You can see that we have a very big hello world there. I hope you're getting the vibe of this. You're enjoying this. If you're enjoying this, give me a like button so we can beat that algorithm. Now, why I'm using Notepad is for people that are beginners in HTML, people that don't know about Sublime Text, Atom, or VS Code. Most of you are new to this programming stuff, so Notepad will be I think Notepad will be the best way to begin, because using a advanced editor will make you even more confused and that. But when you get to start from the scratch, from the beginning, which is Notepad, you get to understand how everything works. You write your own codes by yourself without completing the codes automatically by the software. That's the purpose of using Notepad. So we will just take this H1 to the center. Save it, run it. You can see that our hello world is beautifully aligned to the center of the page. I know it's cool, right? So what we're going to do next is add a bunch of text. Let me say paragraph, paragraph. P represents paragraph. I hope you know that P represents paragraph in HTML. Well, I'm not teaching about tags or anything. I just want to show you how the editor works. That is why I'm not explaining much of the tags. So good. I'll just save that and run it. Wow, look at that. Is it beautiful? I hope you're getting the vibe for this. Now, this is it mostly for Notepad. I hope you understood what I thought about Notepad. Notepad will help you to understand HTML even better. If anybody tells you to use something like Sublime Text, that's for advanced programmers that have learned so much about HTML. But if you're a beginner, I advise you use Notepad so that you can write most of your codes on your own. But maybe when you're handling bigger projects for some people, maybe when you're making a site, I think then Sublime Text will be the recommended stuff for you. So now we'll just go into Sublime Text. Just go into Sublime Text, and I'm going to teach you also how to use Sublime Text. So we're starting from afresh. I'm going to delete these codes so we can start from afresh. I'm going to show you the power of Sublime Text and what Sublime Text can do. We already created a folder. So what we're going to do is go into uh, Sublime Text. We'll say Control N to create a new start a new project. Just X this here. No, we don't want to make changes. Now this is Sublime Text. For most of you who know how the environment is, this I'm not going to be not most of the things I'm going to be saying would be new to you, but most of you that are beginners or seeing Sublime Text for the first time, you're going to have to pay much attention to understand what I'm going to be doing here. So now let's just go into file, save as. Let's look for the file we created in desktop, my website. Save it as index.html. Good, which I told you represents home. Now we saved already all files. Now look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So you saw the process it took me writing this, right? And the difference of this and this. Now that's the power of Sublime Text. Sublime Text can make things short for you. It can make things easy. I don't know if you understand what I mean by that. What I mean is Sublime Text saves you time of writing codes. It saves time for writing codes. Like in Notepad, you have to write all these codes bit by bit. Every bit of this code, you have to write it with your hands on the keyboard. But Sublime Text saves you the time to write these codes and just completes your codes automatically. Take a look at this. Like, take, for example, H1. I'm writing the H1 code. If I close this, if I'm going to give a closing tag, if I just put the slash, it closes it automatically. That's what Sublime Text does. Sublime Text makes coding easy. So that's why I told you, for a beginner, you shouldn't use Sublime Text. If not, it's just going to make you feel lazy to learn and to, some of these codes needs to be in your like your head. You don't need to be looking at when you're coding. Sometimes you don't need to look at these codes from anywhere before writing them. It just needs to flow from your head and into the editor. So this is what Sublime Text does. If you're having a bigger project, you can use Sublime Text. For example, let's say paragraph, like lorem tag. Can you see what Sublime Text can do? I'm going to do that again. Control Z. If I want to add in a bunch of texts, I don't have to add text writing it on my own like what I did in Notepad the other time. What all I have to do in Sublime Text is to write lorem and press tag, and it will um, just bring in bunch of text that I can use. So now I'm going to save this and run. I'm going to show you how to run Sublime Text. You can see. You can see it just closes it automatically. So that's the power of Sublime Text. Now we're just going to right click on an empty space to run Sublime Text, or to see what we have done. Right click on an empty space, come to open in browser, then it opens it with your web browser. Okay, we haven't saved for it. Now, like I told you, everything you do you must save. Control S here, Control R. You can see this. Everything you do you must save. Control S, Control R to refresh, Control S to save. If you are used to softwares, you might have gotten used to this by now already, so it might not be anything new I'm teaching. So this is what Sublime Text can do, and even more. Sublime Text, you can use Sublime Text to add in codes, to write codes easy, and much more. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. We'll be making more videos every week. We'll be making videos twice in a week. We make videos on HTML, web development, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap. For most of you who want to learn Bootstrap to be a very good front enders, we make tutorials on web development, and I'm going to be making tutorials for every. Sorry, my battery is low. We're going to be making tutorials for every course, bit by bit, every modules in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. If you want to be a master of um, web development, you can stick to this channel, and I promise you, you're gonna have a very good value coming out of it. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification